is the author of Race Matters, Democracy Matters, and Black Prophetic Fire, intimating that Black Lives Matter are the Black Ku Klux Klan of today. And here he is talking with Robert George on C-SPAN's In Depth. Pretty interesting segment here where we need people of moral character, revival of them. Okay, where was it? Let's see. Chrome, SoundCloud, YouTube, D Recorder. How do I not get this? Let's see. There we go. This is SoundCloud starting at hour 1, minute 0, second 56.
Persons who have been shaped by what the Isaac brothers call a caravan of love. The love of truth, the love of justice, the love of neighbor. And as Christians, we love our enemies, but you don't try that on your own. You need a whole lot of thick grace for that. And a love of the holy for those who are religion. Granted, I think there's a whole host of atheistic and agnostic brothers and sisters who have great spirituality and moral character, sometimes even more than we Christians. So I don't believe that a love of holy is a prerequisite for being a person of integrity. I know people of great integrity who don't believe in God. But as a Christian myself, I know that I cannot preserve my sanity without viewing myself as part of a great tradition of a hated people who taught the world much of how to love. And when you look at the history of the American Republic, for example, what would have happened to the United States if instead of Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman, you had black versions of the Klan? What would happen to America if in the 1960s you didn't have Martin Luther King Jr., Fannie Lou Hamer, but you had a black version of the Klan? So when they killed the 4 girls in Birmingham, your response is to kill 4 white girls on the vanilla side of town. It was spiritual and moral character of black people that constituted the leaven for the American democratic loaf. There would have been a civil war every generation if you had these
absolutely right
terrorists of black people. If we had black ISIS or black versions of ISIS, let's say in America, there'd be no American democracy because you can't keep track of all those. But no, it was a moral, spiritual tradition that produced Irene Cliff, my brother Cliff, my sister Cynthia Cheryl, Lord Rodney when I was little, and a gangster. I always tell I was a gangster before I met Jesus. And now I'm a gangster I'm a redeemed sinner with gangster proclivity. But I still got gangster proclivity. And I need people to keep me in place. You know what I mean? Right-wing brothers, left-wing brothers, whatever it is. My loved ones and what have you. But the important thing is, Robbie's point is the linchpin. If you lose that moral and spiritual heritage, you have a war of all against all. And Thrasymachus triumphs over Socrates. Might makes right. You impose coercion, tremendous violence, as opposed to a love, a justice, a dialogue, a democracy, an attempt of some kind of civilized society. And we're reaching the point where we're running out of gas. We're running out of spiritual and moral gas in the United States.
In the 40s and 50s and
So the United States needs moral and spiritual gas to overcome the tribalism and chaos and force of Antifa and all the division that we're experiencing in America.